Hello everybody, today we are going to play some Magic, and today I will show you how to grind effectively and quick constructed event. To start, I made a red deck win, and there is just the idea to kill the opponent as fast as you can, so you don't waste a lot of time, and yeah, you can get a lot of wins pretty quickly. So let's see how the deck does. We can start. There are some good matchups and there are some bad matchups. I think the biggest problem at the moment is the Golgari matchup. And the mirror obviously is also not so good. So, the first match is always pretty random. And this is not really what we want for a start. But I think we can play 4 cards with 1 land. So we probably just sit on this hand. And we have also the draw. So, and we can play the Lavarunner into the Firebrand, so I think it's fine. The opponent will probably have just the same deck. And the question is, will we draw lands? If we draw a land, our hand is pretty good. We have 2 draws. And here is another 1 card. We have a lot of 1 cards. We have also the Wizard's Lightning. So we can play 5 cards, but it would be optimal to draw something good. The problem here is also a Chainwhirler. A Chainwhirler could really destroy most of our creatures. So let's hope we get a land. Yeah, Chainwhirler would hit all of our creatures. So I probably just will play 1 creature and yeah. I think I will just play the Firebrand here and wait. I think we play the control here because we need some more lands. Now there will probably be a Chainwhirler, which is fine. He can make damage to my face, which is also fine. And then we really need to draw lands. Okay. Yeah, the question is if the opponent has something to refuel his game. We have still a lot of cards which we can play. This is not really good for us, and I think this will be the first lose. We probably should have had mulliganed, but yeah. Yeah, I think it's safe to concede her. Sadly, we didn't get a mountain, which would be really good. Let's see. Let's move to the next one. The problem with the deck is it has only 20 mountains in it, so this is pretty good for the Experimental Frenzy, but it can hurt the starting hand. a little bit. Yeah, this is a lot better. We can play into the Steam-Kin, and then we can just curve out. Okay, Pelt Collector. Yeah, this is easy for us. We just play a Firebrand. An opponent will play something, elves or something bigger. We just kill the Pelt Collector, and we hope the opponent does not have anything to hurt our Runaway Steam-Kin. If he does not, I think game will be pretty easy. Nice. No blockers. We'll play a Lavarunner here, just to get a mark. And then we will attack and see if the opponent's... if we can cheese him. Probably he will block. If he blocks with both, we just kill the Sentinel. He gets 1 for free, that's fine, but we can trade 2 for 1, which is also fine. And in the next turn, we can play a lot of cards. This is also fine, we can just kill it. Yeah, this is wonderful. Question here is, we don't attack with the Lavarunner because he can just block them both. Now the question is, sadly we don't get any counters anymore, and we cannot cycle. The Frenzy certainly would be better here, because we could have taken away the counters. Yeah, but let's see what we draw into. And what is really nice about this enchantment, if we sack the Firebrands, we can do 3 damage. Okay, this is wonderful. First, we get the mana, so it will grow bigger. Again, it's almost always worth to just use the mana from the Steam-Kin, because you just get it back right off the bat, and I think in the next turn we have a lot of damage, and we get 2 additional damage, so nice. As you saw, 3 minutes, game are pretty fast. Yeah, I think I could pilot even faster, but here I'm just explaining some stuff, and I like to think about what I do. This is also a nice starting hand, just because of the Steam-Kin. Steam-Kin is sadly isn't so good against mono red, because it will probably always be killed. My opponent should have something to deal with it, but yeah. This time we have 2 mana, and let's see, the Flame of Keld is, in my opinion, is a pretty good card against in the mirror, because it is a little bit faster than the Frenzy. And we also have some Frenzy inside. Let's see, perhaps opponent will mulligan. Yeah, but I think I'm to start, and this is always nice in the mirror, just have a little bit more tempo. Okay, let's see what the opponent does. We start with the Lavarunner here into the Steam-Kin. Now we will see if he is a mono red player or if he just has the icon. I don't think so. Normally you like to play your minions in the second main phase, but we just played it in the first because okay, we would really like a mana. We don't get one. So yeah, but if the opponent does not have any mana open, or if he can't do anything, if he cannot block anything, I think it's safe to just do this first. He certainly will let it on top, or probably not. We're still struggling here with our mana base. If we get one more mana, it will look a lot better, because we can play the Chainwhirler. And 2 mana more would be even better. Now to play the Keld would be really bad. Another Merfolk. And a land. Yeah, let's see. This would die to the Chainwhirler, which would be really nice. So let's see if he has another Explore creature. Cast down is also fine for me. Here we have a Pyromancer. And we still wait for our lands. Opponent is already at 4 lands, which is a little bit the problem. Okay, this is something opponents occasionally do. We have another Chainwhirler, which is sad. Now he will be able to heal a lot up, so it will be a pretty long game if we are to have a chance. We really need to draw an additional land, or we have lost this game. Let's see if he still has some Explore creatures. I think so, but probably he has a Jadelight Ranger. Okay, this is also fine. He will get back and here is the land, which is really nice. We can play Chainwhirler into Chainwhirler. We will just throw away the Flame of Keld. Problem is he can get back a Branch Walker, and now the Wildgrowth Walker will just get really big. I don't know what kind of Explore deck he has. It's not the real meta deck. He has a lot of creatures. He has the Cast Down, the Eldest Reborn. I think it's not the best card in the game at the moment. Yeah, if our Steam-Kin would have survived, it would have looked pretty good for us. Yeah, I think we can just stick to them and wait until the opponent attacks. But I think the game is pretty much over. He will be able to just explore and explore even more. Don't know why he did take the Wildgrowth Walker, because perhaps he wanted some additional life. Which is fine. I think it would be safe to concede her here, but Perhaps we will get a land. Then we could play the Risk Factor and Firebrand. And this, I think, is safe to concede now. We were really unlucky here. Somewhat mana starved in the early game. Now let's see. Let's move on to the next one. Yeah, at the moment wasn't a really good start. I think it is a little bit a luck based game, because you need a good start. We have the Pyromancer, we have the Wizard's Lightning. I think it's safe to keep this hand. Opponent mulligans to 5, which is always nice, to 4. I don't think that you will have any chance anymore. I think if you mulligan to 6 and if you don't have a good starting hand. Okay. Start like this. I think he has a mono blue tempo deck. Perhaps with the Cural's Obsession. Perhaps also some kind of pirate deck. I don't know. What I think I start to deny. No counterspell. This is really nice. Question is if he has something to destruct my Steam-Kin. If he does not, I think it's pretty nice. And we will be able to make the Steam-Kin pretty big. Okay, murder is also fine. We'll just play our Chainwhirler. Perhaps he has also something to counter or spells, but our spells are always pretty cheap. Yeah. Let's just start with attacking here. And it is probably also a raid pirate deck or something. And so if he wants to attack, okay, this was a mistake. He will lose 2 life now, and you should really never play your cards before attacking, because the opponent will know what you have. And I just could really punish him. If he attacked first, I would have used my lightning strike at the attack. And now can give some BM here. But I think this is a free win. But at the moment when he mulligans to 4, there wasn't really a lot which opponent could have done to still win the game. So, on to the next one. This was also a pretty fast game. Here I get free pack from the weekly bonus. At the moment I'm saving my packs because I have about 90% of the Ravnica block already collected, and the only cards I get from the packs are going to the vault, and the only cards I still miss are some mythic rares, which I don't really need. This is also a fine starting hand. I think we can curve pretty fast and then discard with Flame of Keld. And we are also allowed to start. The next opponent also mulligan to 5, which is pretty nice. Oh, it could be some kind of mono white deck, which is also fine, because mono white really struggles against mono red. We can just destroy almost all of their creatures, and they are really dependent on having a great board. The Vanguard is also pretty bad against our deck, because he has to pay 4 life, and 4 life are a lot. Okay, let's just start with attacking, and I probably will make him pay the life double, because with the instant speed removal I can destroy his Vanguard before he pays the life. He has to pay again, or pay 4 life, and this was really nice, because we just got it for free. Here is also some Pride Mate. I think it is safe to attack. See if the opponent will probably block something like this. We also already have a spell, and perhaps we have to discard the Experimental Frenzies. Perhaps we will also wait a turn. The Frenzies will certainly win us the game if they resolve. The Keld probably also, but no, we will wait here just to see what the opponent has. We could also burn his face, but I think this is not the best play here. We can play the risk factor twice. And now he either let us draw. Now we'll just play the Frenzy. What is really important to pause on the upkeep here. There's another Vanguard, but at the moment it doesn't really matter, opponent can concede. What you did see here, the Vanguard is really bad in the red matchup. Opponent also did attack with him, which was certainly a mistake. So he had to pay 4 life to not die to my blocker. And then I played my shock after he paid his 4 life, so he could choose if he would like to save the Vanguard and pay 8 life, which is really a lot against the mono red deck. So opponent choose. Okay. Here I think opponent will have opt. And normally, okay, he just paid 2 life. Nobody knows why. Oh, this is start with a Phoenix. This is pretty nice. But we also have a good start. Question is if the opponent will have any destruction. If we could draw into a land, it would be really nice. Another Steam Vent. Here's the shock. This is a little bit unfortunate. Now let's see. Here is the first Phoenix. Question is here if we should destroy the Phoenix or if we should just go on the face. Probably he could just curve it back onto the game, and I don't fear lethal at the moment. So we really need a land here. Okay. Okay, this was probably a mistake, but I think there is not a lot we can do at the moment. Here is another lava coil, so I think the game is lost at the moment. Probably I will include yeah, the problem is here we just have a lot of mana issues here with the deck. I think we could probably now we wait with the lightning strike so we can just lightning strike his Phoenix while attacking, so he cannot come back in the opponent's turn. Perhaps I think the opponent will be able to get the Phoenix back, but I think it is fine here to apply a little bit more pressure. Perhaps opponent has also another shock, which would mean I would be dead. This is also fine. I think Arclight Phoenix will come back, or perhaps he won't. There would be the possibility to play the Frenzy here, but I think it is safer to just wait with the Lightning Strike. Perhaps opponent gets back the Phoenix. If opponents get another Phoenix, this would be a problem. He has some bacon bolts left. I think that wasn't the Phoenix. We can also use the Lightning Strike to burn the face. Also no Phoenix here. And now the Phoenix probably returns. Exactly. And I think we won't let the Phoenix attack. And in the next turn we just will play Frenzy. The Runaway Steam-Kin looks also not so bad. Let's hope there will be a land. We can wait at upkeep. Now let's see if the opponent has... Question is, will we... This was actually pretty good. Now it will be really close. If the opponent gets another Phoenix... Oh, that is the old one. He will certainly get back his Phoenix, but this is fine. We could put a stop mark here at the upkeep, and now the question is, will we have some luck? I think we have to hope. Get some more burn damage, and yeah, here it is. Here would be even more burn damage, and here we win at 1 life. So, very nice. This was a little bit longer game. The opponent made some mistake, and here we are. Let's move to the next one. What is really nice, if you have some burn, just wait the Phoenix to come back, or just burn him after he declared attacker, so the opponent cannot revive him, because the Phoenix will only revive at the start of the combat phase. This is also a fine start. Freelance is something we will always take. This could be another mono white deck, which is fine, because we have some burn, we have the Chainwhirler, and the Chainwhirler really wrecks the mono white deck. And we can even play the Steam-Kin if we want to. The question here is just if he has the Marshal. If he had, we would need to remove him before we could play the Chainwhirler, but this would be possible with the Lightning Strike, and I don't think that the opponent has anything we won't block. I think he would have played the Marshal before, and now we can really deny the opponent with the Chainwhirler. He will get some small creatures back, which is fine. Okay. Sadly, this wasn't enough. He had also a Pride of Conqueror in his hand. Now he has been able to Askend, which is pretty bad. I think we will block like this. Perhaps he has another, but this would be really unlucky. And no. Here is a bird with lifelink. We get another land, which is not really what we want. So we have also a lightning strike, which is fine. Question is here if we should attack. I think we should not. And the opponent won't really be able to attack us. I think it's fine to lightning strike here. Opponent has some life gain creature, which is fine. He has a healer's hawk. He could attack with everybody. Here we get another Chainwhirler, and I think this is the game for the opponent. Chainwhirler really punishes this white game style. So now, after a somewhat bad starting phase, we start to grind up the ladder. Sometimes you just have a bad start, sometimes you have a good start, and then you lose all the games at the end of the run. And now there were some games which were really close, but I think mono red deck is in a pretty good shape. You have to know how to pilot it, that is for sure. This is a really nice start. We will start with the Runaway Steam-Kin. Hold open the shock. Perhaps opponent will play a Line War Elf or something else to shock. This is wonderful. We can play a Chainwhirler, or we can play Pyromancer and shock. This is A nice draw. It is always worth to destroy the Wildgrowth Walker. To be fair, here this was probably a mistake. I should have waited. I should have attacked, and then I could have used the shock to make the Runaway bigger if he would have blocked. And the Lightning Strike would just outright kill the Walker. Now we will wait until it resolves. And before it gets any counters, we will destroy it. It would have gotten one counter, which is fine. Now the question is, what card will we draw? So perhaps we can start to cycle with the Steam-Kin. Here is a shock, which is fine. Here we will just start to attack. And I think we will let it at 4, so we could threaten to destroy another Wildgrowth Walker, and in the next turn we can just play our all cards if we want and get back a 4/4, and then we will have a really lot of fuel for the next turn. Okay, fresh in Brontodon. I don't know what it does. Now here's the question. What is the most efficient way? I think we will start with attacking. Okay. So here's the question. Will I use the mana from the Steam-Kin? I think I will not. Let's see. Let's see if we can find an additional land. Here it is. Here is also a shock. Which is pretty nice. And here is another land, which is fine. We will draw the land. And then I think we will be able to finish the opponent with the Steam-Kin. We have only 16 mountains in the deck left. We will draw one. So the possibility that there will be some cards which we can cycle is pretty good. And we could even destroy the Frenzy if we had to. And we get a lot of damage on the face of the opponent. I don't know why opponent did include. Okay, this is bad. Let's start with attacking. Another Wizard's Lightning. We can stop at the upkeep. So we can decide if we want to use it or if we want to draw it. The real question is if the opponent has another Wildgrowth Walker and some Explorer mechanics, or if he has a fine finality, which would also be pretty bad for us. He could just get these two back. I think the Frenzy decks don't really. Okay, here it comes. If he does not have a land, okay. Why didn't he pick the wild? Now I think we have to draw it. We have a lot in the grave. which is fine. We can just play the next one, and then we can attack with everybody. I don't know what the opponent has in his hand. Oh, this is really wonderful. We can destroy the Brontodon with it, or finish the opponent off, which is even better. Here is a Steam-Kin. Now we will attack. Ah, he could sacrifice the Brontodon, but this isn't really relevant because we get a lethal here, and this is the game. And if he would sacrifice it, we would have a really big good hand. And yeah, really nice. That was the next win. We got some good draw here, but this is the power of the deck. Oh, the mythic rare. Sadly, I didn't see which one it was. This is the goal from the deck. It is really, I think, here to get 200 gold more is fine, but the important goal of the game is to grind these 2 rare card rewards, and the 200 gold on top of it are fine, but it's a 5th from a pack, so I don't really need 200 additional gold. I think the sweet spot is 6 wins, and here we will see what the opponent has. In the last game, I think we have a good start here with the Lavarunner and the Lightning Strike combined. We have a lot of burn, we have a Chainwhirler, we have a lot of cheap cards. Now let's see what the opponent has for a deck. Perhaps another white Winnie's deck, which is fine. This is even better. We just wait with the Firebrand. If the opponent makes a mistake, if he plays something else, a one guard, this is fine. We can let it resolve. Perhaps he will also play something to keep his Healer's Hawk alive, which would also be fine. And now I think we will just destroy both of them, because we have everything which has 1/1 will die to the Chainwhirler, everything bigger we will try to Lightning Strike, so we just need an additional mana, and until then we will make some damage to the opponent's face, and the opponent has no way to heal up. Let's see, perhaps he has also something. I think we attack with everybody here. Probably opponent could have settled the wreckage, but we would get a lot of lands, and this is what the deck really likes. If we thin out the deck from lands, this is really good, and we don't have any lands here. So here is the Loxodon. We start attacking with everybody, and we can just burn his face. So nice. Yeah, as I said, the white deck really struggles against our deck. And now we played the maximum amount of games. We played 9 games in 45 minutes, which I think is pretty fast. We will look at the rewards. And this is really lucky. We get 2 Mythic Rare, Rekindling Phoenix. I think the card is one which I don't own. 4 copies. And this is also a really fun card, but not really a good card. And here is finally Gift of Paradise. Yeah, thank you for watching. I think it was a really nice run. We had a bad start, but yeah, I will see you next time. Bye.